Hello, Mustang fans, and welcome to another episode of the Mustang Owners Podcast. I'm your host, John Clore, along with my co-host, Mike Ray. And whether you've known me from my days at Auto Week magazine or the Ford Special Vehicle Team or Ford Racing or Ford Performance, or Mike from his time at Team Mustang, or maybe it was Roush or Celine or the Mustang Owners Club of Southeastern Michigan, we want to know you from your Mustang story. And Mike, you and I always say, everyone has a Mustang story, and that's the beauty of this podcast. You get those stories told, and of course, what could be bigger in Detroit in the summer with a bigger Mustang story, Mike, than Mustang Alley?
Yeah, Woodward week as we call it, and it just has everything. We're busy Monday through Sunday that week, so yeah, let's go through some tonight and share it with the world.
Well, if you guys who are followers of the podcast, you already know that last year we grabbed a microphone and a camera and walked up and down the alley, and by God, we found all kinds of crazy people to talk to. Many of your friends while you were out setting up the Mustang Memory Show, which we'll also have on the podcast. But
Yep.
this year we decided to take you through Mustang Alley through the lens of our favorite photographer, one of our favorite photographers, Joe Deladvitch, who shoots for Ford Performance. And Joe was in town and sent us these photos. And Mike, when you first step upon the alley and you want to get lined up to get in, boy, it's a lineup to get in.
Oh, absolutely it is. And people are there. Literally, they sleep in their cars overnight, and 3, 4, 5 a.m. they're there for sure. And they don't open the gates till 7 a.m. So they're there for quite a while, but they're just there hanging out like it was a car show.
Yeah, and like every other car show, the people get in line first. They want to be in line first because they get to park closest to Woodward. And here you can see once the cars are in line and the people start coming, Mike, this place is insane. What would you give the count? Maybe 800, 900 cars before we hit to the railroad tracks a mile down the road?
Yeah, I heard they were like 700, 800 this year, somewhere in that range. And yeah, after the railroad tracks, it dies down a little bit. But yeah, they jam pack every inch they can on the street and then every side lot they can.
And there they are. Okay, now you can see here along the library. So what happens, folks, along Woodward Avenue, the cruise runs roughly from Ferndale, 9 Mile Road, all the way up to, Mike, what do you think, 13, 14, 16, Pontiac? Where do they turn around?
Yeah, it's somewhere
Up,
down there.
yeah,
It's quite a reach, yeah.
yeah, so it's about 8 miles up Woodward, 4 lanes, and 8 miles down. But we start right at 9 Mile Road, which is closed off to the public, and that turns into Mustang Alley on the east side of Woodward. And they're parking now, Mike, not just along 9 Mile Road on both sides, but off into the side streets. And here they are at the library. And of course, everybody's trying to grab that best spot, and especially if you can find some shade.
Right.
Okay, now every once in a while, this again, the color of Mustangs, when the sun comes up, they park them next to each other. There are some great cars here. I don't care what era Mustang that you like, whether you like the brand new S650s or S550s. Mike, I saw a lot of SN95s, a lot of race cars this year, and I think a lot of the influencers that came out to be part of the Ford celebration had some great race cars to show off.
Yeah, I believe that's Austin Atwood and his wife's car right there on that display. That's a
Yeah,
95.
their cars, that beautiful green car, and of course, uh, some of the pictures are just gorgeous. Who wouldn't like the modern version of the SN95 Mach 1? These cars are so cool, Mike. And then whether you take an SN95 and it's a V8, or even if you have just a 6-cylinder, and I saw more SN95s this year than I think I've seen many years in the alley.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like we said, John, before. Everybody was buying Fox bodies as entry level. Now it's the SN95, so you're starting to see a lot more.
Yeah, that you get an anniversary car, you can put some wheels on it, you get the American Muscle catalog, and you're off to the races for sure.
Yeah.
Well, some of the Mustangs might surprise people. Is Mike, how many of these are we seeing? I think the kids love their dad's cars so much that they're buying these Power Wheels. They're everywhere.
Yeah, they're starting to get very, very popular. And for the first time ever, we had a Power Wheels class this year at Mustang Memories.
Yeah, well, and you should, because every once in a while you just love seeing a kid in that little car. But of course, we had some phenomenal Shelbys there this year. Everybody wanted to get on the action. Some guys didn't let you get too close because, Mike, those cars are absolutely jewels.
Yeah, that one's gorgeous right there. I love it.
That beautiful green with a white stripe.
Yeah.
Now here you go. I think this is out in front of the display. We did have, there's a little area, Mike, they used to call, the entryway to the Ford Partners. And we had everybody from Roush is usually in there, Shelby, and our brothers in
RTR.
crime, Gateway Classic Mustangs.
Yep, RTR I believe is in there still too, and Ford Performance. Yeah, all those are in there. There you go.
Yeah, a race car. I think one of your favorite lines is when Parasat came out with the Boss 302 and called it a race car for the street. There's a lot of guys that still have Ford prepped Boss 302s and take them to the track, even though they can get more horsepower elsewhere. Those cars are just a blast.
Yeah, when that car came out, it was the best balanced Mustang ever, and 444 horsepower. It was absolutely amazing track car.
And it's good to see them black and white. Is really cool. Now, if you're going to park on Mustang Alley, Mike, what is it about? It's hoods up and, everybody take a look at my chrome, or in some cases, just how clean these cars are. And whether, the S197's a Fox body, no matter what year, these cars that got primary parking on Mustang Alley, they are really proud of what's under the hood.
Oh, absolutely. And, and it catches people's attention too. It's going to make them come on over to just be curious to see what's underneath that hood. There you go. You don't see too many of those.
No, the other thing, didn't we just had Stuart Earp from the Yellow Mustang Registry? Mike, that yellow, on the new Mustang is so different. I don't know what it is. It's not too vibrant. It's almost like a soft yellow, but yellow with a white striped car. Oh my God.
Yeah, people love those. There's a lot of followers. So yeah, and yeah, you're talking about Mr. Stuart Earp, and the other yellow fan we have is Miss Sammy, right? Joe's better half of taking these pictures.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, a lot of people would walk down the
Look at those taillights, John.
There you go. Yeah. Don't get onto that story, Mike.
I wouldn't know Parasec if it wasn't for those taillights.
All the taillights, all the different taillights of all the years. It's nice that you back into your spot. A lot of people do walk down the center of the alley, so it's all, hoods facing forward. But after you walk a mile or two, you want to sit back, get up on the grass if you can find some shade, and all you're going to see is taillights.
Yep. That's a cool shot.
Yeah, kind of like what Camaros see all the time. Mustang taillights.
Yes.
Oh yeah, now, Mike, is this looks like in the Snake Pit area?
Yes, that's Snake Pit area. That's where Moxham was parked this year.
This year, Shelby wasn't there, so you guys kind of took that over. A good mix there, and I like that area because it's not right down near Woodward. It's about a third of the way up.
Yeah, kind of in the middle, a little bit closer to the main area, but yeah, like you said, probably about a third. Yeah, it's a nice area, and yeah, Shelby was doing something huge out at Pebble Beach this year. So that lot opened up, and they put the Broncos on the west side this year. So we had to move over here, so we moved into the old Snake Pit.
Very cool, and a good mix of cars. Well, in case people think it's just going to be an S550 show or an S197 show, they have no idea what comes to Mustang Alley. Mike, some early Shelbys, there were some $500,000 cars on the aisle.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a gorgeous convertible, huh?
I mean, come on, a blue Shelby convertible with the white stripes. And nothing, throw no shade on that GT500.
You see it?
Yeah, but I mean, those cars are all dream cars, and there's one after another when you walk down Mustang Alley.
Yep.
You like green, Mike? You like green?
Yeah. I think that's Jeff Gwinick's convertible.
Yeah, and you remember the Windvale colors. Amazing how close the S197 greens were to, the 67, 68, 69, 70. Even 71 had some of those greens, those really nice metallic greens. And it's funny how people kind of tend to park together when they have a similar color.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's a cool combo shot right there.
Now, I know you're a Fox body owner, and everybody and their brother wants to talk about Fox bodies, but Mike, I had no idea in Detroit especially that there were so many absolutely mint Fox bodies like this metallic green one. I mean, this car looked brand new, and I thought every single Fox was driven hard, put away wet, and had been molested years ago. But to see so many clean ones come out of the garage with low miles, that's why you go to the alley.
Yeah, I would say 95% of them have been molested and modified for sure. That's why I actually love my Fox too, that it's literally all original.
Wow, very rare. Okay, so what people don't know is that, you get in the alley, then they say, sorry, we're full. You pay your $20 to the city of Ferndale. And then what happens, Mike? Well, then somebody way down on Woodward leaves, right? They sneak them out, and they get the radio call. There's room for 2 more, right? and
Yep.
then they walk you down to that spot as you slowly roll. But Mike, I kind of like that because you're on display, listening to your rumble as you go to your spot. It's kind of fun to see the Mustangs coming in and out.
Yeah, and there's people on both sides of you, just like you're going through a parade, so it's kind of cool.
Now, as we get closer to Woodward and you pull out, the cool thing, it used to be, I don't know, Mike, how many years ago, but when you got into Mustang Alley, you stayed there until like 2 o'clock until they let you out. But now you can
Yeah.
actually come and go as you please. And here we
Yeah,
got a
but
beautiful.
you just can't save your spot, but yes.
Here you can't save it, but you can be on there for a while. And if you want to go cruise, go
Yeah.
for it. Here, a couple of Mustangs escape to go down to the alley and go get their spot or head out.
Yeah.
Wow, what a lineup! So again, clubs sometimes like to park together. I know, Mike, you were lucky because Moxham had owned Mustang Alley West on the other side of Woodward for years. But now when you see some people come in, some people like to gravitate towards, say, if you have a 650 or 550, you hang with them, and other people don't want to be. They want to be on their own, so they'll park between a first or a second or third gen, and that's what I like about the mix there. There's no random. I mean, unless you pulled in together, Mike, you're going to wind up where you wind up in Mustang Alley.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you don't come in together, you're definitely going to be separated.
The iconic running pony. We're just doing a story on From the Road and Forward of why the pony runs left, and it's a great story. But no, it's been on those grills of Mustangs all these years, and just to see it there, just to see all those ponies, it means something. Whether it's a first gen or it's a 2026.
Yeah, I agree 1,000%. It's just such an iconic, emblem. It just everybody knows what it is, and the cool thing is that do you notice on most of the newer Mustangs, whatever, it didn't have a Ford Oval badge or anything like that on it,
Doesn't
besides
say
up in the
Mustang.
windshield, because everybody knows it's a Mustang.
Yep.
GTD
Wow.
wheels.
That's the cool thing about the GTD. It's not just that they're race ready and those wheels are lightweight racing wheels. The design on these, I mean, there's just some beautiful. I mean, the cars are like a piece of art, and they're supposed to be just like a race car. And you wouldn't think those two words would go together, but the GTD, beautiful wheels, great brakes, the body work is incredible, the wing is insane. What a car!
Yeah.
Here's one of my favorites, Mike. What about you? What do you think of the 67, 68 Fastback series?
Love them. Love those. They're at very, very high on my list. 6970 is my favorite, but those are right behind it.
Yeah, and Mike, now they're all mega money, mega
Yeah.
money for a Fastback.
Yeah.
A really cool shot from Joe. He's shooting behind a brand new Mustang, and what does he see in the background, Mike? A first gen.
Yeah,
And
that's pretty cool.
that sort of tells you the lineage of 62 years of Mustang love. How
Yeah.
cool is that? 63
Yeah, that's a
now,
great
right?
shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. That's a great shot from Joe.
There's the Fox bodies with the cheese grater taillights.
The cheese graters, for you Mustang Fox Body GT lovers, when the cheese graters came out. I know, Mike, some guys that this is a love it or hate it thing. The cheese graters gave you instant recognition on the street, but some guys didn't like them and they took them off their GTs. That's the cool thing about Mustang. Make it what you want it to be.
Every one of my friends, when we were at that age, when we all had those cars, we all wanted the LX lights. They were much, much better looking, in our opinion. So we got rid of the cheese graters and we all went and got LX taillights.
Well, thank God Parasak wasn't the. He'd say, Ray, you're doing it again about the taillights of the Mustang. Oh, what an absolute stunning Fox body. I mean, the chrome ponies, and I'm going to put those on my second gen to get everybody mad. But I mean, Mike, again, when I talk about going up down the alley and seeing a car that looks like you just bought it, how do you get a new Fox? Where do you find a brand new Fox body? Only on Mustang.
It's, I don't know if they're just getting new paint jobs or all this new detail stuff that they're coming out with, but these cars literally look like they're brand new.
Wow. So yeah, every once in a while there's custom touches. And that's you mention it all the time, Mike. You start with a canvas with a nice Mustang, and you can change the spoilers, the quarter windows, the wheels, the stance, the suspension, and this guy, and this thing looks like a silver ghost. It looks like a rocket.
Yeah, it does. That's cool. I like to see the S197s out there. You
Ah,
don't
no,
see
every
many of
once in
those.
yeah. Yeah, now every once in a while you get something really crazy. This thing, I don't know. What do you think about the Restomod craze?
I like it a lot. I think it's super, super cool. That car is really nice.
It you can tell it's a Restomod, but
Yeah.
it's not like butchered up. It's got the same body that we all fell in love with. Any '69 Mustang is worth touching, and this thing, oh man, you can tell somebody's really put some time and effort in this beautiful '69.
Johnny, everybody always says, like, you want the old cars and that. Honestly, if
Yeah,
I had enough money right now, I would do the Resto Mod thing because I could drive it from here to California, look really cool, and be very comfortable.
yeah. My wife Jenny said if she won the lottery, she would call Tom Scarpello uh, of what is it, Revology, and buy
Herbology,
herself
yeah.
a $300,000, you know, '69 Fastback with a
I,
Coyote in it.
I don't know. I might have the Duncan brothers do a little touch up
Yeah,
for
okay,
me.
okay, okay. Or the Ring brothers.
Yeah, or the Ring brothers. There you go.
A lot of brothers are going on here.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Speaking of
Red
Restomod,
Eleanor?
yeah, that thing. Come on. When you mix Shelby design cues with any first gen Mustang, everybody loves the ducktail spoilers, the all red taillights. Then you got the very Shelby-esque wheels, the integrated side pipes. To put the scoops pronounced on the side of the car. I mean, there's so much you can do, and whenever you candy red a car, man, these things are you can't help but attract people, and it certainly
Yeah.
attracted Joe Deladvitch.
Yeah, you don't see too many Red Eleanors, right? So that looks really cool.
No, that was beautiful. Okay, there's the Mustang Alley sign. What is that? Pulling out in the middle of the street, or it looks like he's pulling in. Yeah, he
I was
might be
pulling
pulling
her
in,
out, yeah.
pulling in or pulling out. A bright yellow. You know, you can. Here, the cool thing is you don't have to really look behind you because as Mustangs are coming in and out of Mustang Alley, you can hear every one of them,
Oh,
except maybe,
absolutely.
except maybe Mike, the Mach-E.
Yes. You don't see too many of them on the alley.
Yeah, a couple. Yep. Okay, now here we got as we get to the end of the Ford display. The one thing cool about Mustang Alley is that Ford does send out people. You'll see engineers and program managers next to each one of their displays in their cars. Bronco was big this year. Everybody's got someone there, and it's kind of cool for the average Joe to come into Mustang Alley, look at the cars, and actually talk to somebody, a product specialist at Ford. I like that part of it.
Yeah, that's the first time I ever met Steve Lang was on one of the cars that was on the rotisserie up at Mustang Alley. And I was just standing there looking at it, and we started talking, and that's how I met Steve Lang.
Yeah, former brand manager at Ford. Mike, we got to get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, birds of a feather flock together. A couple of nice Boss 302s. That yellow.
School bus yellow.
Yeah, the school. It just jumps out. The black stripe, hockey stick stripes on a Boss 302. There ain't nothing like it.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Well, that took you down a little bit of. Your legs are now saved, Mike. You don't have the pain in your hamstrings right now. Your shoes are not high. I walked up and down that alley this year.
No steps
I felt like
required
I had
here on the
clown
podcast.
shoes. Yeah, I had clown shoes on. So that's a little different take of Mustang Alley, folks. Now, if you want to see more of the people that we found on the alley, go back on our podcast list and go look at the 24 tour down the alley for the video. This year, just to see the jewel-like cars that are down there, how much fun it is. For $20, Mike, that's the most fun you can have, with your clothes on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I hope this year now, Mike, if you don't want to be setting up Mustang memories, you and I can walk the alley together and do some interviews because I know the alley will be back next year, bigger and better than ever, and maybe we'll just bring our own cars and cause a ruckus.
Maybe we'll do a live podcast from the alley next year.
Good idea. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this little trip down Mustang Alley 2025 here on the Mustang Owners Podcast. And again, if you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe or at least check that like button because that'll help the algorithm spread Mustang content throughout the internet. We love to have that. And if you want to help us out a little bit, you can go ahead and pick up your Mustang Owners Podcast apparel. Like Mike's wearing that super sweet hoodie there. You can get that on svtstore.com. And if you got any comments or suggestions, you can send it to us at clubhub@ford.com. So until next time, we're just going to catch you down the road.